Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I didn't come into your life just to be your wife, just to be a guide to a black man, no, just hold the flashlight. So before the batteries go, before you're left on your own, yes, I wrote it in blood on the living room rug. Well, I gotta be moving on now before it ends up. I gotta begin to explain. I said I love you like a penny on a rail loves the train. Now through the years I've explored every I thought I knew you well. More importantly, I thought I knew myself. I get drunk by myself. Sometimes with you, honey, then I pull you down off the shelf.
Yeah, sometimes I feel like that too. Happy every day. Everybody, welcome. It's a couple of minutes past 11. In fact, it's a few minutes past 11 o'clock now on a Saturday. Then it is time for the Club with Lucas here on 106.9 RCE, 106.9 FM. Did I just say that? Yes, I did 2 times. Wow. And I am here for the 5th annual extravaganza. Now, we do have a little bit of brunch, but I think I brought way too many carbs. I hope my ladies are ready to have a carb.
I'll do carbs.
Okay. And thank you for being here, everybody. It's been a mighty, mighty week, actually, coming off the back. And Felissa Williams...
Yes.
How are you doing? She's an award winner, by the way. I'm going to throw this out, by the way, really quickly. We have many award winners. We just started with another award winner. How are you doing, lady?
I'm a little hungover, but I'm happy to be here.
Can we please tell the good people before we step into this intro what you won last night?
Okay, so I'm a part of this group called Glam Brunch. And it's a bunch of women, and we are just all like entrepreneurs, and we all have we have a business or a part of a business. And we just pretty much go out to eat and drink for our events. That's pretty much what it is.
and I'm presuming network and
lots of networking and drinking. But anyway, so yesterday was the first annual Glammies. Okay, literally the Glammies, like of course the Grammys. And so we did like the whole red carpet style, got all dressed up, and there were 15 categories. I was nominated for 2, one in fashion design and the other in fashion and style. Okay. So I won the award for fashion and style.
Well, then, aren't we lucky that she's here? Because this is what we are representing. In fact, I want to say...
I'm just furious that they didn't vote for her to win both. I think it's a scandal.
I mean, I don't want to be greedy, but I was one of the 2 people who was nominated for 2 categories. So that was great. No, I was very excited. I wore an amazing dress that I made, and actually in the same color that I have on today, I made this dress as well. And the great thing is actually my really good friend Alex was the presenter. So she presented me my award, which was actually fun. And she was wearing a dress that I made for her. So it was like I was like, oh, look at us both wearing my dresses. How amazing.
Well, see, that's what we do here in Barcelona. We rep the people that are repping the good stuff as well. But also, we are surrounded by mavens of the fashion world here in Barcelona as well. And this, I want to say, we just started with round 5. How many times has Tori been on? This is going to be the 3rd time that Tori Sparks has been part of the Fashion Cares. This is the 5th annual extravaganza at Palau Dalmases, which is kicking off on the 15th of March all day long, starting at... Midday at noon and going until, I believe, 8 p.m.
Yes.
Oh, that's right. So you've got 8 hours of shopping and dropping, but also every one of the proceeds go to wonderful organizations here in Barcelona that specifically take care of scores of women all over the city who are coming out of hard times and or abusive relationships, which, oh my God, aren't many people. And these foundations specifically are Fundación Arred and Adas, and so we want to give a mad shout of love over to them as well. And So we have a lot to talk about as well because we have so many people coming in the 2 rounds. So, ladies, let's just jump right into it because we've also got ladies packing Bratislava here, and we want to introduce. Who are we? What are we here for? Why are we existing? I'm kidding. We're existing for Fashion Cares BCN. Madam, please introduce yourself to the good people.
Oh, okay. Wow. I mean, I feel very honored and happy to be part of this because, everything that has to do like with fashion, especially women and entrepreneur, is for me.
What is your name, please?
Sorry.
That's a nice start.
Who are you?
Yes, who am I? Okay, I am Paquita.
Paquita. No me digas alas, mija.
See, I'm Spanish, but I'm quite international because I grew up in Germany and I've studied in the States and I've lived in India being a Spanish is not that common, being so international, but in this case. And
well, what do you do specifically, madam?
what do I do?
Yeah, what is your fashion? What are you bringing to the fashion stand?
Well, my husband and me, we do this zipper skirts. This is like really the main thing. It's made out of one long continuous zipper, the skirt itself, and they're like. The New York Times described it as verbal art because they are like sculptures. It's one of a kind. There is no pattern. There is no template. Exactly. So you never know. They come out more or less with more swing, less swing.
Based on a zipper?
On one long continuous zipper.
Okay, hold on. I've got more questions.
Just
I've got more
wait
questions.
Just wait till you see her skirt on the runway that Fliss is doing.
Okay.
No, it's not you. It's Tana.
What is the name of the company? Really quickly, the fashion
Efecto Limon.
Efecto Limon?
Efecto Limon.
Perfecta, okay.
Sí.
All right, I started following you on Meta platforms. I need you to follow me back yesterday. Okay. I want to be tagging and bragging. But we're not alone. We're not alone. Because Paki is also we and Paki are being joined by Madam.
Hello, everyone. My name is Vladislava, and I do follow you back on Instagram.
Yay!
You can see me on Vladislav Corsetry, and this is what I do, as you can see. Handmade artisanal corsets focused on vintage fabric, upcycling, and I've just started last year, but I really love it, and I see how it's going well, and I'm so happy to be here and meet all of you.
Thank you so much for being here. Part of what we do with fashion, what Lady Laura plans and what everybody else helps in doing is bringing the idea of sustainability, refactoring, recrafting, remanaging, cycling. That's the one. That's the word.
What were you doing last night?
What was I doing? Preparing this, not kidding. And dealing with a vomity dog.
Oh.
She's fine. Excuse me. Let's not talk about it. She's fine. Everything's fine. And the beauty of upcycling and the beauty of recycling and having secondhand, vintage, and pre-loved fashions, as we call them, but also sustainable fashions and local artisans local artistry as well, is that it brings the veritable cornucopia, what Barcelona has to offer in the fashion world as well. But all of those proceeds go to help women in need. And specifically, if I'm just going to throw this in for 30 seconds, with everything that's being revealed over the last few weeks in this realm of world in which we live in the West and the East, and Lord knows in the Middle East as well, and war again. It is imperative that we be focusing on women and children right now because they are the future, and homosexuals. But also, there's an element where we have been doing this for 5 years, and I've seen this grow in the notion of not just Fashion Cares BCN, but the idea of sustainability and the need to step away necessarily from fast fashion. You have worked in this for a hot minute. What originally?
Yeah, I don't really want to say how many years.
We don't say since
Hot
the 90s.
minute, hot
Since
minute.
the 90s, since we started saying hot minute. And I mean, I'm wondering, when we go back to the 90s and the new millennium, did you see this projected 25 years later that we would
to
be
be honest, I
necessitating
didn't.
this?
I mean, I was teaching at a fashion university in London, and when we first really started talking about sustainability, we were talking about wearing cottons and natural fibres instead of synthetics. And then we suddenly, as we learn more about it, we suddenly realise that actually cotton is really, really, really thirsty. And if it's not organic, it uses horrible stuff that are going to send you deaf, dumb and blind eventually anyway. Those of us who aren't already deaf, dumb and blind. And it's for example, it's dried up practically the whole of the Aral Sea, and it's destroyed the environment there. So we're learning as we go along, and I'm sure that some of the practices that we now think of as sustainable, 20 years down the line, we're going to think, that was wrong. But either because we genuinely don't know, or because certain people know but don't tell us because there's too much money involved.
But then there's excuse me for interrupting. There is a report that came out a couple of years ago that Burberry takes its surplus to the Peruvian desert, or I believe, or some desert, and burns it.
Yeah, there are two horrendous places. One is Cantamanto in just outside Accra in Ghana. Sorry. I didn't even go out and win an award last night. I just have no brain cells left. Sorry. And Alto Hospicio in the Atacama Desert in Chile.
Chile.
Yeah. And what we do, and again, it's one of these things that we think we're doing the right thing. So we either swap our clothes with our mates, like we go to Felicia's clothing swaps every couple of months, or we give our clothes to something like Fashion Cares, Umana or wherever, and we think, okay, I've done the right thing. Well, we have, but of course they don't sell everything. So the stuff reaches the end of the line. So whoever has it at the end of the line, they bundle it all up and they send it to Cantamanto or Alto Hospicio. And most of the stuff is synthetic, so it's derived from petrochemicals, so it doesn't biodegrade. So it just sits there in these horrendous mountains, and the microplastics leach into the soil, into the water table. Sometimes the mountains, self-combust, auto-combust. It's just absolutely awful, absolutely awful. And actually, but
it's disgusting,
it's true. It is true that those clothes that we send out to places like Cantamanto, it does give some people a living, and there's a really big growth in African fashion at the moment, isn't there?
Yep.
There's lots of amazingly talented designers.
And they're like upcycling.
They are. They're going out to these
upcycling
places, and they're upcycling. And also, one of our designers who couldn't be here today, but she's with us on the 15th, is Natalie, and she has a label called Talimuk. And she uses these fabulous Ankara fabrics, which are all pure cotton, nice. They're really nice quality, printed. So
handcrafted. Does she handmake them?
She doesn't make the fabrics. Okay. She makes clothes out of them. I have got a couple of her pieces, summer skirts, buried so deep in my bedroom I couldn't actually find them to bring today. But that's kind of like the horror story that is Cantamanto, but there is some good coming out of it, and I think the global fashion market is actually quite looking at Africa.
Does anybody like to add something to that?
I will just add in terms of the whole upcycling and pre-loved revolution. I mean, I think that it's actually becoming more of a thing that everyone is trying to be a part of. Like sustainability in fashion, because like she and I are part of a I guess it's like a program, the Rivesteam community Rivesteam it's called, with Barcelona Activa, where they are helping companies who are focusing on using sustainable materials in whatever way, whether it's your textiles or reusing other materials or so on. And so they are helping us to kind of grow and define our business better, and to help us to launch into the world properly, giving us the right tools, how to, once we have our business out there, what we need to know to be able to succeed, and what is going to come, just give us the right tools to help us to do what we want to do.
Can I ask you something?
Yes.
Would there be any advice that you could throw out, something easy to people that could use for that you may have learned from that collective in getting things together, or as you just
you
said?
can never do too much homework. And also, like, I mean, I don't know. Also, you can never learn too much about what it is that you want to do, as well as definitely don't be afraid to try something, whether it's a new idea or just if there's a passion, do it for sure. Because obviously, if you don't, you might regret it. But also, like, we were in a meeting. A meeting of Zoom call, and talking about launching a co-op with all of the designers who are in this, and we would all go into one shop, and everyone have a part of a place, and we'd work there together, and we'd sell everyone's pieces, so on, which I'm very excited about. But there were a number of people who were very skeptical about this idea.
Pourquoi?
Exactly. That's what I was saying. They were sort of like...
Not in French. Why? Why are they
Well,
skeptical?
I don't know. They were like, so how many people are going to be in it? Like, why would I want to do this? Or da-da-da-da-da. And I just pretty much said, if you want to have a shop somewhere in the future, this would be the best platform because, one, it is under the Barcelona Activa umbrella. It is you are with other designers who we've all been sort of wanting and moving towards the same direction. This is the least amount of risk for you because you are just going to have your pieces in a place a month, 2 months, whatever.
Are they bringing their stuff here?
I mean, it's going to be in Barcelona somewhere.
But is Fashion Cares, will they bring any of it to Fashion Cares BC? And I want all those people at Fashion Cares
Some
BC.
of them, yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
Vladislava is
exactly. She will be in there. And some of these people don't actually have products yet.
Okay.
So it's like in motion, but it's like a good way for you to learn how to have your shop or something in the future. Would
As
be this
is
co-op,
coming to BC in fashion.
Exactly.
So what were these people's objections then?
No, they were just kind of like skeptical of like, putting their things in there. Like how is this beneficial to me? I was like, it's beneficial for you because you are going to have your things out there in the real world and you can sell things. I mean, even if you don't sell a ton of things, it's going to give you a chance to have the experience in general, which is the idea. This is what I'm saying. And I was like kind of explaining all this in Spanish because that's what everything's in Catalan in Spanish. And they're all like, okay. And so I'm like in charge of
Are they younger?
Rules. No, everybody's like, the age range.
Around the age range.
The age range is huge.
Well, are we going to have someone else joining us? Oh,
yes,
actually, I have a question
out.
Actually about the corset, madam.
Oh, yeah.
Sure. Yes.
Vladislava. What is there a specific time or epoch of time that has inspired some of these corsets? Because obviously these were historically worn more in the certain centuries between, I believe, the 15th and 18th centuries.
Okay, you did your homework.
I am an historian, so I should know something.
Good. Yes, the product is inspired in the historical corsets, but what we could see in the 18th century, they were very tough on women. Yes, so it was not exactly a comfortable piece
but only
to wear.
in those times, not now.
Exactly.
Only in those times.
Yeah, now everyone's great.
I am
to
bringing
Exactly.
this
Right.
new redesigned corset for the modern women that can feel comfortable and move
Is
as
that
active
velvet?
as we are.
Yeah.
It doesn't have a lot of boning, and even if it does some, they are quite flexible. So my inspiration totally goes back like to the Versailles, Marie Antoinette era.
So that's what I was asking.
I really like this aesthetic.
Do you need two people in that vein of... no, right?
No, you can
Hallelujah.
just tie it
Do
yourself.
you know it used to even cause people to have punctured lungs? Yeah.
And cracked ribs.
Yeah.
It was fun.
Barely breathe. Imagine
was
being
youthful. It
pregnant
was
and having
fresh.
to wear this thing.
Yeah,
my God.
that's not my intention.
Amen. That's right.
It's just to slightly mark the silhouette. And if you come to the
I
Fashion
love
Cares
that.
event, I will have their collection and presenting on the stage. And as well, we will work on a corset collaboratively,
So
and
like
we
an
will
art
decorate.
workshop.
Yes, one of the pieces using leftovers fabrics, pearls, buttons. So we will all together contribute in creating something beautiful, because fashion is also fun.
Yeah.
It's
Yes.
not only I know the fast fashion and all the damage, but I like to see it from another perspective.
Exactly. I know a lot of artists, and the part of their artistry is that when you come to take advantage or take part of or buy, they want you to also take part in creation, creation of something else. Now, we do have somebody else to speak of creations. Please, madam.
I just want to give a shout out to one of the designers who
shout-outs.
couldn't be here today. And Fliss is doing his catwalk for him.
Ah, yes,
Can
Creativo.
I want to get up and show off because
yeah,
I'm wearing
so-
his stuff today.
Well,
Laura
if you
is
would,
wearing a Creativo piece.
Well, 3
Julio.
creative
Oh,
pieces.
okay. Right.
and for our YouTube audience who's going to see this in just a bit,
Right. It's made out of rubber. So he uses rubber and recycles and makes these like skirt,
stunning?
pieces, which will be on the
it
runway.
is stunning. And
He's gonna do.
I need to say that this is
Yeah.
not only just made of rubber; it's made of motorcycle rubber fabric. I believe
from
it
the
is.
inner tubes.
Yeah.
From the inner tubes.
And this is his as well.
Oh.
It's made from.
It's a
like,
chain. Oh,
thing.
look at that!
And the
cogs
chain will keep
everything.
us together, guys. Fleetwood Mac said it first, and it's true.
And that's
I
part
like
of the.
how you styled it over this tulle
Yes,
skirt.
of course.
Well, it's just that like when you look at his website, you think, oh, it's a bit BDSM-y.
Oh no, the runway was
It's-
very BDSM-y if you were there last year.
But that's the point.
Yes.
Even someone as old as me can wear it if I style it because it's incredibly versatile. So.
And she's not old; she's mature and sexy.
Exactly.
Yes.
She's vinted like a fine wine.
We don't even use those words. It's like the word H8. We don't say those words. Now, we've got some beautiful people coming in right now, and so we're going to throw on a little song by Barbara, because gay Jews, we stick together. And this is something chosen by Our Lady Laura Avery, the fashion maven. Please, why did you choose secondhand Rose?
It's because when I was a kid, my family wasn't very well off, and being dressed in secondhand clothes was just like, and it was always smelly and just, and I hated it. And now it's the fastest growing sector of the fashion market,
Exactly.
and it is really cool.
Yes.
No.
And that's one of the things that
Yes.
we're trying to do. We're trying to persuade people that buying
Pre-loved
pre-loved is
The only way.
cool. Cool.
Freedom's the only way to, you guys. It's interesting because not only did Barbara do this song, I forget who wrote it. Dolly did a song about with her coat of many colors and how, she didn't have. So women in the 60s and 70s were talking about this already. And the secondhand fashion, the hand-me-downs. And here we are. This is Barbara Streisand, Secondhand Rose. We'll be back in 2 minutes here on 106.9 FM RCE. Now, folks, for those of you who are watching on YouTube with your peepholes, if the tunes fade out, it's because YouTube has put in more stringent rules, and so you can always catch the jams live in Catalonia at 106.9 FM and all over the world at rce.cat. We'll be right back, kids. Secondhand Roses, Secondhand Barbara, and we are. Lady Anna is joining us right now. Now I want to give a shout out. We have just had a little switcheroo, and we're going to give a mad shout out again to Vatislav Corsetry, and as well as Efecto Limon, who will be joining us again at the 15th of March from noon to 8. From noon to 8 at Palau Dalmases in Carred Bansvase, number 13. Wow, I remember that. For the 5th annual Fashion Cares BC in 26. Now, Lady Anna, joining us, thank you so much for being here. Let's give a little swipe, a 3 round of applause. And you also were at the Glammies last night.
Yes.
And you're looking so fresh and so clean.
I know, better than me. I'm a little hungover.
Ain't nobody dope as that. Now, what are you representing today? What are you bringing to the Fashion Cares this year, please?
The color consulting and the image all together. I'm image consultant, and I love to do the colors and the harmony with our style.
I see that too.
Yes.
Okay.
The colors are very important in our style.
Amen.
Yeah.
She is the best colour
Emotions
consultant I have ever
and-
worked with.
Yeah.
Truly.
She's so lovely.
She's amazing. No, I mean it.
And
She's
please
incredible.
feel free to speak more into the microphone so the good people hear you.
My English is not so good. It's I
it's
don't
great.
speak every time in English, and
Oh my
I forgot.
love. Okay, what other languages do you speak? Now I'm curious.
German
Okay.
and Spanish.
Okay, well, if we need to do Spanglish, no problem.
Okay,
we do
thank you,
Spanglish here.
thank you.
Spanglish.
Okay, and so you've been doing color consulting for a while, I'm going to presume. Okay.
yeah.
Now, what was some of your inspiration into getting into color consulting and things of that nature?
What's the o sea, lo que
Inspiración.
la
Sí,
inspiración
tanto.
en los colores.
Antes, para empezar a hacer esas cosas.
The color is emotion. It feels good with your own self. You look beauty, but colors can be crazy because they can take shadows in the eyes or shadows on your face, and to wear your colors. Your face glow, your image is so beautiful, like the blue. I love this blue from
Same color from last night.
yeah, from Felisa, and it gives you a positive energy in all
Amen to
our
that.
life. It's
Amen
all
to that.
around.
Well, for years, I didn't know that. I mean, I would always wear a certain type of colors. And then someone at a Fashion Cares event took me to the side and said, honey, purple. I said, purple, like Prince? And she said, yes, purple, like Prince. But darker purple, maroon, something rich in
Yeah.
its purple hue. And I said, power to the people. And she was right. She was right. Now, now, let me get back to my questions list because we have so many questions. Modern man can ask many questions, and so we do. Now, back to Lady Felisa, if I
Yes,
could,
dear.
with
Yes,
you.
dear.
What do you want people to understand about waste and the redesigning of that, the utilization of it when they see your pieces?
Well, as I said, I made this dress that I'm wearing right now out of different T-shirts. Okay, different T-shirts, T-shirt dresses. Maybe there's like 3 or 4 different ones in here. What I enjoy about remaking things is kind of like when I find a couple of different random pieces. For me, it's kind of like this puzzle. You know, like how can I put these things together to become a new flattering piece? You know, like for myself or for somebody else. Like when I began making clothes, like 20-odd something years ago now, I actually began by taking apart my own pieces and putting them back together again in some sort of way. So I began by upcycling my own clothes. And then I was like, because I saw some show, remember, and I was like, oh, that looks really cool, but maybe I can do something like that. So I just started ripping apart my own pieces and saying, oh, let me try this different, and then that and the other. And then I just started doing it to my roommate's clothes.
Did they know
With
this?
their
Did they know?
I was like, let me help you with that and make this new again. And then people were like, oh, that looks really cool. It's like, oh, really? And then I just started saying, maybe I can try this with an actual piece of material instead of taking things apart, and then little by little, so on and so forth. But the thing is also, is like, the thing with like remaking clothing and like upcycling is that like the more you do it, or the more I was doing it, the more I was like excited about doing it again. You know, because I always felt like the creativity, I was like, it's very fun and exciting. And also like now I see this whole pile of things that I didn't wear has now become something new that I want to wear. You know, so then I'm thinking, okay, so here I am, instead of tossing those clothes like you're saying, you know, where it's all going. And also with Umana in particular, I'm sure they also have piles of things that go someplace. We don't know
They
where.
must do, yeah.
You know, because yeah, exactly. We don't know where all those clothes end up.
Correct.
You know, so before I decide to give things to Umana, because I do that as well, because if it's like, you know, I'm like, all right, well, maybe I can do something new with it. Or maybe I can put it to Fashion Cares, or put it to my next swap, or give it to a friend. Like, I always try to, like, how can I put this into another place before putting it into some landfill?
Thank you. I mean,
know,
obviously.
like, there has to be some other way to, you know.
This reminds 20 years ago, between, I don't want to say 2005 and 6, there was a huge movement in some kind of underground Manhattan, Brooklyn fashion called deconstruction and reconstruction. And there was a link between Brooklyn and Berlin at that time, actually. And it's 20 years ago, so let's talk New York, Germany. And it was called, and the idea was deconstructing to reconstruct something from the fashion, which is exactly what, and it was the first time that I was hearing about reutilization and upcycling and things, which, thank you for reminding me of the word, because I had forgotten. 20 years, darling, 20 years. Now, I do believe that we have other people joining us in just a second,
Yeah,
so
we
I
do,
want
we
to
do.
throw this on another little song while we do that so we can have a switcheroo and continue the goodness here. Remember, kids, you can catch the jams live on RCE 106.9 FM as well as rce.cat. Now, we have so much more to get to as well because we still have an hour and 22 minutes of fun, and this is another song chosen by the Queen here for the kinks. You got the kinks
My
and
home
the kinks.
city.
That's
My home
right.
city. Even the little barrio where I was born in London, Muswell Hill. Which is probably one of the most boring places in the universe. But it did breed the kinks. And they went to the same primary school as my mum. That's the only claim to fame I have in my whole life.
Did your mum go to primary school with the kinks?
No, she was a little bit older than that.
So
But
they were
I did follow Dave Davis round Sainsbury's once. I've lived such a glamorous life.
What did he buy?
I can't remember.
I've been taking notes of that. Like when I ran into Jada and Will in a Whole Foods in L.A.
Jada and Will Smith.
Child.
Oh, I think that trumps Dave Davis, doesn't it, really?
Hold
Whole
on, I'm going to tell the
Foods.
story right now, and then we'll jump into the Kings. And I was with my boyfriend at the time, who knew Jada rather well, because one of his BFFs knew her because she owned some lesbian bars in Los Angeles. Go figure. Now, Will
Yes.
allegedly. Now, Will was wearing so much makeup, it was a Queen Victoria moment.
Really?
Jada was flawless and nothing, and he was pushing the cart and leaning on it. Just saying. Ass in the air. As if you don't care. And that's my moment. And we had I met Will and Jada because she was like, "Hi, Matt."
Oh, to
Mitch.
the guy. Okay.
And I just remember staring at him thinking, wow, that's a lot of makeup he's wearing. Now, I'm going to presume he was coming offset.
Okay.
Of
And
course.
Mamacita and he were picking something up on their way home. At Whole
Right.
Foods, 'cause
He
that's what
didn't
you
have a
do.
time to just, wipe that off.
No, 10 in the morning on a Saturday. So that's my Will and Jada story.
Okay.
Fun. Now this, however, is a dedicated follow-up fashion by the Kinks, and we'll be right back in 3 minutes, everybody, on 106.9 FM in the Club with Lucas.
Then I want to tie into how
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
That was the Kinks representing the.
We're going to say the late 60s. I'm going to believe it was the late 60s. Yes, yes.
Let's leave it at that.
And we are being joined by Lady Ulrike. Ulrike. Joining us from, well, you live here now, I'm presuming.
Yes.
Well, she's originally from Austria, loves. That's what I'm going to say. Welcome and thank you so much for being here.
That was an Austrian accent?
No, not at all. Not at all.
Almost.
Not at all. Wardrobe minimization. This is what this chapter is called wardrobe minimization. Take it away. Now, 2 different approaches to colors in fashion. What exactly is wardrobe minimization?
Shall I start?
Please. Is that
For
okay?
me, wardrobe minimization, I'm Austrian, we have established that I'm very pragmatical, I'm very functional. So for me, minimizing the wardrobe is not necessarily having less, but having what works for you and not all over the place.
Okay. How do you make it not all over the place?
Oh, there is a lot of methodology behind to make it easy for people. First of all, I'm coming from the feng shui angle, so don't keep stuff that's not representing you anymore, which is broken, old, too worn up, or you don't like anymore, or you tried to, fit in, fit out, whatever, and didn't happen. And then I like to have it prepared in a way that in the morning I don't have to spend too much time thinking.
Okay. So do you prepare the night before?
I try to. I'm not a morning person.
Have you got who has children? Does anyone have children?
Yes.
Animals count too, by the way.
Okay, then
Yes.
The pre-preparation, especially if you're a woman or a gay man, to do that is very important. So, okay, what advice would you give to consumers who are trying to, and this is for everybody, trying to cut, make things more au courant and try to cut out the fast fashion angle of life in a general sense? What advice can you do to make it easier for them to do this? Anybody, please.
Okay.
Go.
Does it give you joy?
Yes, do you really love it?
It's a Marie Kondo moment.
Does it go with at least 6 things that you've already got in your wardrobe?
Ooh,
Oh, I love that.
Because otherwise you'll go, oh my God, I love that top, I'll die if I don't have it. And then you get it home and you think, okay, great. So then you go and buy a pair of trousers or a skirt. And then you think, yeah, but some new shoes would go really well with these trousers.
Right.
And that is really not the way to do it. So
that is a down cycle, not an up cycle.
Yeah.
Wow.
So make sure that we used to call it the rule of 3. Now I think we should call it the rule of 6. It should go with at least 6 other things in your wardrobe. And then over to these guys, the colour and the cut and everything.
Please.
Yeah.
Because you can get so carried away with, you see something in the shop and you think, it's gonna change my life. I'm gonna be divine if I wear that.
Right.
Not so much.
Right.
Yeah, when you don't wear the right color, it can be also very, very crazy.
What is a color that drives you nuts when you see it on people? Is there a color that makes you crazy?
Beige camel.
Oh God! As I'm wearing
For me,
this.
it's because I look die.
Yeah.
It's terrible. I'm be ill when I want to have fiebre.
Fever.
I dress than this. And
So you're saying that
When you want to look
So
sick,
is
I
this
will put
brown?
on beige.
Yeah, correctly.
I need a day at home.
Is this light brown giving you death?
But it's the subtone of our skin, and when it's your color, it's warm or cold. You can wear this color, but
Gotcha.
I'm cold. My undertone is cold, and when I wear this color, it looks terrible.
So it's
But
unique
another
to the person,
person,
I
it's
suppose.
because we born with this subtone, cold or warm, and the color is for you or for you.
See, there was something in the 70s, si mi ricordo bene, called "You're a summer color, I'm a winter."
Yeah.
Do you remember that?
Right.
It was
Yeah,
before I
I'm
was
winter.
born.
Still
But I always thought I was a summer until this sister a few years ago said, "No, bitch, you're in between spring and summer or summer and autumn. Get it together." And so, okay, all right, madam, what about you? What is some advice that you would give to start the process?
Coming from my angle, which is mostly about making your own energy work and flow, get to know yourself first. Any kind of method that can stick with you, like if you come to the Fashion Cares event on the 15th of March.
At the Palau Dalmases from 12 to 8.
Yeah. I would totally suggest to visit first Anna.
Yeah, and then
to get a color. Figure out your color, family, tone. I don't know, you're the expert. And then we can work on to your bioenergy from the Feng Shui, and then it comes nicely together.
All right.
Yeah, I was actually
absolutely,
nice
absolutely.
Like that.
Because I think, as you were saying, because if you don't understand what your color is, then you're not going to be able to
decorate.
Exactly, you won't be able to make
choices.
be able to. I guess what was the word?
Functional, pragmatic method.
Anything. You wouldn't be able to have the energy in your room.
Anything that helps you not losing time.
Exactly, because then you'll be able to pull those pieces out of your wardrobe that don't work for you anymore. Because that's also another thing. Like I'm not going to be shy to say that I have a very large wardrobe. But, because I'm a fashion designer and a stylist. So, and I dress Tori Sparks. All her dresses come from me. So I have many things for her to choose from when she comes to my home. I mean, the dresses that I make. But I wear those clothes, and also I go through my wardrobe like once a month. And I pull things out of there to put towards the swaps, to give away, to change over again. Because I go through my own, I'm like, okay, well, do I really need this? Okay, I'll put it in the swap. Or I'll remake it, like I said. What can I upcycle and wear again? Yeah. Or sell in a thing or something like this,
Can I take this a step further? Because you said knowing yourself. But how does one, especially if you're a man, know themselves?
Oh, you got no chance.
I believe if you go through it kinetically, spiritually, emotionally, mentally, I believe you can get there. But most men, how many men really get there? Oh, hi, this one. Still there. But, you have to know yourself. And how do you get to know yourself? And that's where the energy flow, I think, really comes in. But you have to also really be ready to break some of the shit that you don't want to let go of sometimes in order to do that. Yeah. So listen up, bitches, because it doesn't get easy. It's a daily process. And by bitches, I mean everybody, because the whole world's a motherfucking bitch.
That's why we're including a wellness area.
Exactly.
Because, because fashion is what gives you confidence and it makes you feel alive. It makes you feel great. But first you've got to go kind of like inside. So that's why we're including wellness this year.
Radical acceptance. I told this to some uni students
Yes.
recently because I said, you know what? They were talking about well, basically the Jenners and Kardashians being the Epstein files, but that's another story. And Kylie, we know you ain't a billionaire, heifer. We know where that money came from, allegedly. And they said that part of the issue of, the new generations, is that to thine own self be true, right? But at what point do you learn to really know who the hell you are? And one of them was making comments about doing stuff and doing stuff and doing stuff. And I said, if that's going to give you, because you deal with an insecurity and that will give you a step towards feeling more power and an energy, then go for it. But if it becomes your obsessive addiction,
Madonna, you're starting to look like somebody that I don't,
Starting to? Jeez.
She looks fabulous right now. She's my queen. We don't talk about Confessions on the Dance Floor 2 coming out soon. But, when you start to look like Amanda Lepore and you're the queen of pop, we need to talk. So, let's talk music. I love Amanda Lepore. I've had many a moment with Amanda Lepore. I'm just saying, not many, too, in New York, but... Okay. It's fun. Okay. Now, and we also have someone says, I think somebody that I know that we're going to play in just a moment would agree with me. I think Gaga would agree with me. With what I just said. This is odd. What do you think of Lady Gaga?
I think she's amazing.
I love.
Keep it real. And then I'm going to ask you about Taylor Swift.
She's
Okay, but what are your thoughts on Lady Gaga?
I mean,
Radio Gaga.
I only see good things there. No, I mean, I don't have anything bad to
She's
say
an
about her at all.
inspiration for the craziest looks.
I think she's real.
Personality.
And
she's
she has
fantastic.
range.
Real like
She has
J-Lo and Ja
range.
Rule range?
Like real range.
She's fantastic.
You know, she can go from the absolute most to demure to simple to, you know, she can hit all the buttons and just still be herself.
And she's a great actress as well.
Yeah.
She's amazing.
Yeah.
The only thing I didn't like about her was that meat dress. Vegetarian.
It's all about making a statement
it's
of
been 17
something.
years since that meat dress.
What?
Wow.
17
See,
years.
She got attention.
It was 2009 or
Right.
10 when she wore that. So it's
Really?
been over 15. Wow. That's how young we are, everybody. Now, that was also the same time that Madonna said that she was reductive.
Reductive.
Because there was a song that she released called Born This Way. And the chorus is Express Yourself. It's the entire beat if you listen to it. In fact, there's a lot of mishmatches between Born This Way and a lot of the artistry of the stuff is stuff Madonna had been doing in the 80s and 90s. Well, she still does. So it started. Now, obviously, there's a difference in their styles and stuff. I prefer one music over the other. But that's why I'm curious about the pop stars of today. What are your thoughts on someone like Taylor Swift? With no jokes. I'm serious. What are your thoughts on someone like Taylor Swift versus what we just said about Lady Gaga?
It's very
I'm not a
different.
Swiftie, so I can't
Is there a
really.
reason why not?
I mean, her music isn't really calling to me.
No, me too.
I can't say that I
different
could not
No.
even tell you
Generation,
a
really?
title of a song.
I
Is it
prefer
different
Madonna.
generation?
Yeah.
I just think I'm the same. It's blah. It's
I'm not.
bland.
There's
It's a
nothing
little
there
bit
for
boring,
me,
huh?
yeah.
Yeah, it's also
don't know.
slow.
I
It's a
keep
little bit
thinking there
country,
must
it's a bit
be,
rock and roll.
but there must be something because they use her lyrics and stuff in academic courses and stuff. So there must be something. But
Some of her lyrics
passing
are
me by.
interesting. I will say that. She is a good
Interesting.
lyricist.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's very reductive. But do you remember a song, and I don't know why we're doing Stream of Consciousness, because we have so much music at Fashion Cares BCN, by the way, as well
Yes.
as Lady Tori Sparks. We're also going to be outroing
And there's
with
going to be DJs there
Lady
playing
M's
lovely music
as
as
well.
well.
And we're going to be playing one of the dance tracks because I need some drum and bass all up
Ooh,
in my face
love it.
later on. But a lot of my university students have improved their English level because of
really,
Taylor Swift. But there's an... I'm going to sugarcoat this properly because Lisa Simpson taught me
no,
well.
don't. Just come straight out with
Politically
it. It's much more fun.
No, I will say that there's a level of mediocrity that's been accepted by society since the explosion of social media. And, you know, when we were all born, there were literal men, scores, if not hundreds of record labels.
Yeah.
And there are 4 big ones now. And they own all the little ones.
Right.
So when everything gets homogenized, it's easy to listen to a girl that sounds exactly like Avril Lavigne's first song, Complicated, on a repeat. Because if you listen to Complicated by that Canadian Jewess who makes terrible music, and she is not punk, you see, oh my God, it's exactly like Taylor Swift. It's exactly...
I mean, a lot of the music all seems like the same people.
Sounds
I
like
feel,
to me.
you know, it all sounds the same. That's why, you know.
I mean, Dua Lipa is known for just copying.
It's just,
But
you know.
the people that listen to her don't know the old version.
It's
Exactly.
true, it's true.
Oh,
Yeah.
see, but Dua Lipa's story is so much different than
It
as a
is.
refugee. And who she produces and works with is so much different than Taylor's, who, by the way, is not from Tennessee. She's from Connecticut, and she's a hedge fund family child. So
Taylor, yeah, she already had a
keep
big,
it
she
real.
already
She's
came
not
from.
barefoot like
Yeah.
Justin in Canada.
No.
And he's not long for this world. Neither is Britney, apparently. Or Trump, but that we're going off. We're gonna get back to Fashion Cares. What we're going to do right now is play
Cares.
Fashion by Gaga. We've got another Fashion by God coming up later. And we've got Lady Benedict who's going to be joining us as well. Now, also, really quickly, could we, one more time, give a shout out of the names of your agencies, organizations, companies, whatever you work with, please, that are going to be there at Fashion Cares. What is the name of your company or your
Ana del
agency?
Pino, asesora de imagen.
There you go, Ana del Pino.
And you can follow me in Instagram.
There you go.
Yes.
Ana del Pino _, I don't know what is the
Underscore.
style.
Beautiful. And Madam Lady Ulrika?
Yeah, my name is Ulrike, German strong name. You find me easily if you add Feng Shui to it. There's nobody else, I think, with that combination. And I'll be at Fashion Cares because I'm working very human-centered and not the well-known space-centered Feng Shui. So people have to, get into the center and bioenergy first.
And when you come into the Palau and you start doing your shopping, remember that it is a great suggestion to start with Lady Ana del Pino and then move over to Ulrika for the Feng Shui and energy.
And then move
And
to
if she has to
you.
slap you up a little bit, she'll do it, all right? Get you in one.
Exactly.
And, Madam.
Another company that can't be here today because they're in Madrid, but Black Limber, which is a great exercise wear company. For the second time, they have given us, I think, 3 absolutely mahosive boxes of brand new clothes.
Yes, I've gone through every piece of those
Wow.
clothings, actually. I have all the clothes
Is
in
there
my
every
home
men's?
right now for Fashion
all
Cares.
women's
It's
stuff.
All
ridiculous.
women's stuff.
And
it's
to
so much clothes.
show that, and again, this ties into
Yeah.
the fitness and everything.
And I will say
wellness
with the
thing.
Black Limba, this year they gave us lots of underwear.
brand new.
Brand new,
Yeah.
all
Yeah.
brand new, all brand new, and like lingerie. Okay, ladies, so please come.
So
Black
pretty.
Limba, brand new.
And this is not
and very
pre-love
lovely.
lingerie. by
No,
the way.
this is all.
no.
Your bits have never been touched by other bits.
No,
Don't worry.
no. Black Linda, all brand new pieces, all brand new.
And
Love
our
it.
colleague,
Yeah.
our colleague Tana is doing a fitness display that anyone
Exactly.
can join in. So it'd be
Exactly.
really good fun again.
Well, folks, again, you can get that at Ana del Pino Asesoría también, as well as you said, do a Google search on Ulrike, as it sounds, with a K.
Yes.
Austrian German loves. And Feng Shui, and it's going to pop right up. Okay? Now, here's where we're going to finally get to the Gaga song that we went off of. This is Fashion by Lady Gaga. We'll be back with even more beauties in just a little bit, right? You can catch the Gems live on 106.9 FM in Catalunya and rce.cat.
Yay! Is anybody else cold? I'm absolutely bloody
All right, I've
freezing.
turned it off, yes.
Oh, yeah, well, great.
Fashion.
Oh, she was at a party last night.
Now, that was Lady Gaga, and we are back now with ladies B and I. And B and I am being with you. Now, Lady Benedict, Signorina Irene. Irene and Benedict, what y'all doing today? Now, thank you so much for being here. We are representing Fashion Cares BCN 26. This is the 5th annual edition of this. Is happening again at Palau Dalmases and Carrer BrunchFEST, number 13, in the Gothic area of the city of Barcelona. And that is kicking off on the 15th of March from 12 to 8 all day. All of the proceeds go to 2 wonderful foundations here in Barcelona, Fundació Arred y Hadas, which are 2 wonderful organizations that have been going on for years now, and all those proceeds go to help women who are coming out of dire situations, and many of them escaping with their kids. So come on in, make it a good dose for you and your energy and karma and dharma afterwards, because all of those proceeds, there's €5 to come in, and then shop till you drop. There's also workshops, concerts, catwalks, all manner of, including hands-on type workshops. So we really want you to come and check this stuff out, as well as local artistry, artisans, and concerts a tope, and vino flowing. Yes, and vino flowing. So come on down. Benedict, Irene, thank you so much for being here. That's my spiel. Bye. I'm leaving now. I will see you later. My chair has a mind of its own today. Okay, questions. Modern man can ask many questions. Now, Benedict.
Hello.
If we look, I don't know, jefe, si podemos hacer un poquitín abajo por estas trozos de ladrillo. Quizás no. Maybe that's the most we can do. But Benedict is a designer and collector of beautiful art. There you go. That you collect and create, but have been doing this for a while. So,
yeah, quite a while, yeah.
Architectural heritage, darling. Architectural heritage. Do you have a background in this, or was Barcelona inspired? Did Barcelona inspire this? What we see before us, if you're looking on YouTube?
If I have a background, I would say I used to work in the States, in California, as a wardrobe stylist.
In LA?
In LA.
Are you okay? Wow.
See? I still love LA.
I love LA.
Exactly. No, I spent 20 years there. How could I say that I didn't like it? It would say a lot.
Do you have
me.
horror stories of any actors and actresses?
Oh, yes, I do.
Oh, my God. We'll walk
I
on the
will
line
not
now.
tell them.
Or just feed her lots of wine, then we'll find them.
God, I have so many stuff.
Oh, yes, I do.
Okay.
I have lots of fun stuff to talk about. Anyway, so my background, wardrobe stylist. You get a call, you work yesterday, and you have to come up with costumes for people that you barely have the sizes
on the fly. Exactly.
On the fly. Mm-hmm. And therefore you have to be extremely resourceful, and you have to work with, you always have to get ahead of the job, and therefore, you never can leave empty-handed. You have to be resourceful. You need clothes that look worn, but anything. The only store that open has brand new clothes. What are you going to do overnight? You're going to wash the clothes, with stones and so on, so that they or drop T-shirts in tea, in tea water, and so on. You have to be extremely resourceful and reuse stuff as much as you can, because you always have to be on the go.
Yeah.
So I was always attracted by colors, by shapes, by motifs, by materials, yes. And then I arrived in Barcelona. I had totally fallen in love with the history of Barcelona and its architecture overall. I was absolutely dramatically in love with the city, which is also why I moved here. But I was extremely sad when almost the first day I moved here, I saw that those beautiful buildings that we all love to worship almost, and admire, I was seeing, especially in the Eixample, which is the modernist part of town of Barcelona, I would see on a daily basis these tiles that we just looked at, thrown away in the containers. And at first I was like, oh my God, how can this happen? So I would pick one, take it home, and then the next day another container or bag, sacco as they call them here. and with more tiles. And would pick another one. Anyway, so a couple of years went by and I was still working as a wardrobe stylist here. But time passing by, I realized that obviously the problem wouldn't go away. But I felt like, okay, what can I do? If you put 4 tiles together, you get a finished pattern. You get a star, you get a cross, you get a circle, you get a flower, whatever. It's kind of a finished pattern. So I thought, well, if I cannot stop those people from throwing tiles, I can gather more and more tiles and I can start making small furniture. And then that's not a big risk, we'll see, if it sells. So I started making a 4-tile square table. And it did sell. So I thought about the long corridors that people tend to have in Barcelona apartments. So I thought of doing console. And then things moved, from one thing to another. I gathered more tiles, and then I had people who were like tourists and wanted to bring gifts or they told me, would tell me, well, I don't need a table, I don't have space on the floor space. Can't you make frames? So I started making frames, and then I made trivets, and then with the smaller items, I made coasters. So I was adapting whatever I was finding.
The necessity.
Yeah,
it's preservation becoming sustainability. Exactly.
So depending on what I was finding, I was like giving it a new function.
And a new life.
A new life. Because, I found out much later on, because that story, is 20 years old, over 20 years old. So at first, we had no internet. I didn't know how an hydraulic tile was made. I didn't know that there was a difference between a ceramic and an hydraulic tile. And even less, I didn't know how to work with them because, finding them pretty is one thing, but making them presentable to be sellable.
It's not fabric.
It's not fabric. So it was like, how do I go? Where do I start? So, well, like anybody, I made my mistakes and I learned from my mistakes because at first, nobody knew how to do what I was doing because nobody had done it. And nobody was thinking of doing it because, they belong to the dumpsters. They didn't belong to your table. So that's kind of how things have evolved, and through the years, now I sell more and more like loose tiles for people either would travel with them and are going to put them over, I'm going to use it as a backsplash or around a fireplace or as a separation in between 2 rooms on an open, Or,
I have a question now then. The fashion cares then. What will you be showing and or representing at the space?
I guess I'm going to be showing my beautiful small pieces.
Which will also be for sale.
Yes, that shouldn't belong in dumpsters. They are very durable because those tiles, you have to know that they are over hundreds of
years old.
Yes, they're 150 years old. Some of them are 170 years old. And they are still made to this day. Not in Spain, but they are still made the same way they were made.
Where are they made?
Yes.
No, they're made in Morocco for most of them. People who buy them in the US, they're made in Mexico, but same thing. They're not made in the US because, cheap labor, it's too expensive to make a tile. It's still made manually, Tiles are still made one by one, with a mold. The making of the mold is extremely difficult.
So like most things in Europe, it comes from Latin America or Africa. Got it.
Okay, so anyway, it's extremely time consuming and difficult to make the molds by themselves. And then, to take care of the molds so that they don't rust or anything since they're made of metal.
Wow.
So it's time consuming, therefore the production is exported.
Right.
Has anyone ever told you, you remind me of Isabella Rossellini?
Yes, actually, some
Okay.
people.
Damn. Yes, straight up. Okay, but we are not alone. with the goddesses, because we have one more, Esa Logica.
Yep.
Irene, thank you so much for being here as well. Let's talk about tell us about Esa Logica, por favor.
Sure.
Thank you for being here.
Thank you for inviting me.
Yeah.
Esa Logica is an environmental social association. That's what the letters stand for. And we strive to share knowledge about environmentally sustainable practices with our community, in which we welcome anyone who's interested in joining us, and also with the internet through our social media in general. And the goal is to try to find solutions for the environmental crisis that we are in, and hopefully to share them with
environmental crisis. You mean that's not just some left-wing media thing that's been made up for the people to think about? Okay. A few years ago, I remember when I was doing some of my uni sessions, we would hear these reports. This was right before the pandemic, that in 13 years the world's gonna,
Right.
and 6 years has passed, so we only have 7, and I'm freaking out. Is that true?
Not like that. Not like that. I mean, there are many theories about what could happen.
You mean next year?
No. The world is not gonna end in 7 years. That's for sure.
Right.
Some might say it already has.
No. The world has not definitely ended already. But the thing is, according to the International Panel for Climate Change,
yes, ma'am.
the average of the temperatures of the world needs to
decrease.
And
it's not happening.
We can get to a maximum of a safe increase of 1.5 degrees Celsius compared to before we started burning fossil fuels massively with the Industrial Revolution. Mm-hmm. So that number is the one we reached in 2024 and then again in 2025. So it's possible that it went up a little bit and then it will go down a little bit, but we are already approaching a mark that it's getting dangerous.
What do you tell people who then say, oh, it doesn't matter, this stuff doesn't matter, this isn't true? Like, how do you respond to people that you want to just shoot? Oh, you can't do that. We're not in that.
No, I can understand.
Right.
I mean, it is difficult to understand that right now it's not very bad, but it could get much worse.
Do you think it will get much worse? Keep it real, please.
I think it will get at least a little worse. I hope it does not get much worse, because a lot of people could die in that situation, and I really hope it doesn't happen.
So, like those things we see in those movies can be real.
Mostly
end of the world things.
Well, not end
not
of the
that
world
excessive,
things,
but
is that, well, if it's not possible to rely on rain or other things like that, then there would need to be a significant effort to distribute resources to make sure everyone has access to food, to shelter, to health.
And we're already having issues with that as well.
Of course.
Because Europe doesn't take anybody's resources. That's the good thing. And I'm going to keep saying it until the cows come home. Remember where your money and food comes from, Spain.
Right.
So you're welcome, by the way, as a Mexican. So what role does communication play? Everybody uncomfortable? Good. What role does communication play in sustainability in general? Because if we're communicating properly, then in theory, people are going to get the idea, Are we communicating properly?
In Esa Logica, we try to communicate properly, and we are aware that right now it's almost impossible to live completely sustainably because we are just inside of a system that doesn't work that way. But we think communication is a way of building, as we say, solutions or alternatives, and being able to share. For example, we have monthly TAPA talks, which are conferences about sustainability-related
here in Barcelona
events. Yeah.
Do they travel around the city, or are they in a specific?
No, they
place?
are in a specific place. It's called Unusual Project. It's in Raval, and so our next one is on March 24th, and we will advertised in our
9 days after the March 15th Fashion Cares BCN event at Palau Dalmases.
And they're really interesting, their tapas talks, actually. Really interesting.
No, because this is, again, not a joke. Now, here's another question. How can collaboration strengthen the local creative economy? Collaborations, darling. No,
Sure.
You, everybody here.
Well, Esalogica are very close to Fashion Cares, and they were at the event last year, and I and our other colleague Toei, who couldn't be here today, we've both done talks at the Tapa Talks sessions, and you do beach walks, don't you? Is it every Saturday morning?
We
Clearing up the beaches and things.
Not all of us go, but yeah, a number of our members go to the beach cleans every Saturday morning. Yeah, but that's part of another association.
Wow.
It's called Clean Beach Initiative. Okay. Yeah.
The Clean Beach Initiative, which is not necessarily under the Esalogica, but you work together.
Yeah, exactly.
People selling people to people. Oh, wait a minute. No, we don't want to.
No.
Introducing people to
Not selling. Yeah.
It's a terrible joke. Now, this is the idea, however, is that we are giving ideas of sustainability to people that normally. I mean, do you have younger people that take a part of this?
She is younger.
I'd say most of.
Excuse me. Yes, we're all thin, young, and gorgeous.
Sorry,
here.
I'm 34, but I would say most of the people are in the 20s.
Okay, and I asked this to Lady Phil just a little while as they're younger people. I'm very convinced because we need them paying our pensions. Firstly. Specifically, we do.
Well,
these kids aren't going to have kids.
Yeah, that's true.
Irene, how many children do you have?
Right.
Currently,
we
none.
need 5.
Zero.
We need to repopulate the Spanish population, and so we need
So
these
have a
kids
good night tonight.
understanding that this is they are part of the issue. Now, do we blame other people in front of us for the?
I mean, I don't have kids, so
no, Mom, but okay, and I'm saying this because of the uni kids. I blame everything on university and batch students. But they love to blame Gen X and boomers, especially boomer, for everything. This is what they're leaving us. And you know what? As a Zennial, I'm going to say, you're right.
Oh, I'm going to fly the flag for the boomers.
Please.
Okay, because when I was trying to get a mortgage in my when I got my first mortgage, I was with a partner, and in those days the mortgage rates were 15%. 15%.
1.5.
Yep. When I left him, because he was an asshole, when I left him, it was an echo, I didn't say that. And I wanted to get my own mortgage in my own name. Because I was a woman, I had to have a male guarantor. In those days, there wasn't a bank of mum and dad like they have now. Now, we boomers are the banks of mum and dad. So, and also when I first started work, I had Saturday jobs and stuff. We weren't allowed to wear trousers at work. So I just get seriously, that was a bit off topic, but I get seriously, a bit about the trousers was a bit off topic. But the mortgage stuff and everything, it pisses me off when people complain about the boomers and say it's all our fault. Because we had shit just in those days. And also, like the going back to the environment thing. I remember in the 60s, there was this company in England called Brentford Nylons, and they made nylon. Can you imagine sleeping in nylon bed sheets?
Nylon.
I mean, I was a child. Every time I turned over, it was like. I mean, I was a child sleeping on my own. Can you imagine if you were? Can you imagine the electric shocks you would have got if you were? Yeah, right. It's like the earth moved. No, darling, it was your sheets. But
Polyester.
They weren't even polyester. No, they were nylon. But you can't blame. My mum got them because it was just a release. Well, they were cheap. They didn't have to be ironed. They drip dried. In those days, we didn't have a washing machine at home. Bed sheets had to be ironed.
It was about convenience.
Absolutely. And that my mum's generation was the generation who were first starting to go out to work full time. So their lazy ass husbands weren't sorry, father. Their lazy ass husbands. Their lazy ass husbands weren't helping.
Right.
So, or boyfriends. So you didn't have your boyfriend in those days.
It was just
No, because you'd have been called an unmarried mother. So you can't, you can't blame people back then for grabbing things that made their lives easier.
Yeah.
I'm talking about women here because men's lives were always easy.
Certainly much, much easier than a woman's.
yeah.
So I'm gonna get lynched as soon as I walk out of the studio.
Say it. This is why I made the joke about that. It was terrible that people sound good. But when you're a Blanco Latino, you know where the things are coming from. And so when we don't keep it real, this is why, I mean, we can make light of it. But there's truth to what you're saying. Lady I, you want to say something?
Yes, I just wanted to say that at this point, as I say, nobody is capable of living completely sustainably.
Right.
And we are all in this. So
Together.
it's, I think, a little bit useless to try to point fingers and blame others.
I can point.
Whoever. No, you can point if you want, but like
Right.
it probably
We have
will
to
not
solve
as
the
useful
issue.
as to
Amen.
try to get to the issue.
And be
And it's just that
proactive.
as a young person, personally, what rubs me a little bit the wrong way is when older people say things like, well, this is younger people who have to solve this. It's like, well, we don't have enough money and resources to be able to solve it all on our own. And we don't have the time to wait until we build that.
Well, younger
So-
kids too. They do. Like, they can get off the doom scroll and go
That's
pick
true.
up some trash.
That's true.
You know, here comes Lucas with a teacher talking time moment. TTT. But when God created Adam and Eve, not Adam and Steve, until 1970. That's for the days. We had there were approximately 1970 4.5 billion people on the planet. Okay, it took almost 2 millennia to create 4.5 billion people. And there are now 8.2. We pretty much doubled it in 55 years. What took 2,000 years, we have doubled almost in 55. And so that is a reality that those, will have to contend with in these decades that are coming. You know, I mean, the other day it was 0 degrees when I woke up. And yesterday now it's going to be 20 today. And it's February. And we've had more rain than London this year. So, power to the people.
Yeah.
You just said 8.5 billion people on the earth at the moment. Do you know how many pieces of clothing are produced every year?
Teach us, please. No, ma'am.
100 billion pieces of clothing. Now, I'm innumerate, but if there's 100 billion pieces of clothing made every year, and how
11
many
times more people, clothes pieces than people.
No, even we don't have that many clothes, do we?
No.
Even we, because I have the same excuse as Fliss mostly that I'm a stylist, so I have to have lots of clothes, darling. But
That means 11 new pieces per person are theoretically taken and or bought every year.
And you mentioned earlier on, Burberry. They're not allowed to do it anymore, but a lot of the luxury clothing companies, at the end of the season, if things weren't sold, rather than put them on the sale rail, which would have degraded their brand image, they burn them.
I mean, the whole, I don't know. I'm just like, I can't even talk.
Because you can do something with these pieces.
I know. And also, every time I see, I used to be, when I was doing actual fashion shows, I was doing maybe 5 or 6 fashion shows a year sometimes in the States. But now when I watch all of these, runway shows every single season, and they have the resort wear, the couture line, the men's line, the ready to wear. I mean, each label having 7 different shows, having 70 new pieces or something like this. But I mean, most of those things go nowhere. It's that stuff is being produced and going where? Nobody's really buying them.
Do you think
they're just having famous people wearing them one time on the runway, and then it goes into some cabinet somewhere, or nothing, or it gets shredded. It's just what are you doing? Exactly. Why are those things still happening? Why do we still have these luxury things happening? These runway shows, for what?
Sustainable fashion runways, like what we're doing, but by big names.
Yeah, I mean,
could that could be something?
I know.
I'm sure there's
think
got to be
so.
a woman that would jump on that.
I mean, there was, what was it? There was a famous person who was the princess of England. Okay,
Diana?
No, the current lady.
Catherine
re-wore a dress on for some event, and they were like, "Oh, she has been known to do this," and it's like, "Is this like bad?" I was like, "She re-wore a dress, and that's what we're talking about right now." Like,
it's all about revamping the royal family right
it's
now.
better than talking about Andrew Mountbatten Windsor.
Okay,
give us a break.
Come on, re-wear everything.
Re-wear everything.
Like, who cares?
In the shoes that
It's necessary.
Like,
very necessary.
Like I said, this was made out of like 5 T-shirts I had in my house, so I'm re-wearing it in another way. You know, like do something. Anyway,
and my jacket is 25 years old.
You know, there we go.
This shirt, and I'm not lying. This is a shirt from the first Hans and Moritz runway show in 1993.
Wow.
Which is now H&M. But back in the day, it was Hans and Moritz, Hans and Moritz. And my brother gave this to me when I was in high school in 93. And I am still wearing. And I don't think H&M makes things that will last 33 years still
anymore. Right? It still looks, you know. What I'm saying?
I've got a winter coat of theirs that's 20 years old. So
see, and I have one of my daddy's leather jackets from the 60s, years before I was born. Let's
look
talk
to
about
your parents' closets for your clothes.
Exactly. They don't need them.
Yeah.
No, they don't. Well, you know where Dad has his trousers now. All right. We have some beautiful people coming out as well with Fab Calma Coffee and Marina Las Nostras Pals as well. But we also, before we get to the pals and calçats, we have, not calçats, we've got Kirsty MacColl in these shoes. And the first time I heard this, I was in university and it was on a Sex and the City episode. I freaking love this song.
So do
thank you for this wonderful gut vibes. Remember, folks, you can catch the Jams live on 106.9 FM all over Catalonia and on rce.cat in the world. We'll be right back in 3.5 minutes. See, kids, even Kirsty McCall has been inspired by Latinos. Did you hear that? Latin jazz up in there. Now, folks, we are being joined by more people in the Forest of Feathers and Friends for Fashion Cares BCN 26. That is kicking off on the 15th of March from 12 to 8 at Palau Dalmases in Carrer Bansbais, number 13, in the Gothic area of the city of Barcelona. And from sustainable fashions to vintage fashions to local artistry and workshops and concerts and vino and so much more. We're going to have so much happening that day at Palau Dalmases, and all of the proceeds and funds go to help two wonderful organizations here in the city, specifically Fundación Arred and ADAS, which are two wonderful organizations that for years have been helping women come out of crisis moments and rebuild their lives, often with children in tow. So, come in and make this happen. This is the 5th annual one. And ladies, thank you so much for being here. Can you please introduce yourselves to the lovely people who are going to be hearing and watching this?
Hey everybody, my name is Amy and I'm representing Mamas in Biz today. I'm a community builder and I'm just loving life. So thank you so much for having me.
Thank you so much for being here. And I don't know if we're catching you on the...
Should we move over?
I don't know. Can you scoot over to...
Oh,
no, we got you. We got you.
Shake it, shake it, shake it.
Can I just repeat what I just said?
Please do.
Hi
I like that.
everybody, my name is Amy and I'm representing Mamas in Biz. I'm a community builder and I'm an all-round just advocate for women supporting women. Absolutely love it.
And it's been a hot minute. We have not had you on here. Thank you for much for being here.
I know.
Okay. Now, we also have some deliciousness sitting next to you because there's a big sink of coffee here. Now, what is your, madam, name and organization or company, please?
Yes, I'm Fabi from Calma Coffee. Oh.
From Calma Coffee.
Can you hear me? Yes.
Yeah.
I'm Fabi from Calma Coffee here. And it's a specialty coffee business that empowers women from the farm to the cup. So I source coffee beans from mostly women-led farmers. It's impossible to be only women-led, but trying. And then bringing to Spain, roasting here, and delivering amazing coffee to everyone's homes.
And these mostly women-led farms, where are they located?
Everywhere in the world. I mostly Latin America, because I'm from Brazil, and I have connections with Latin America, obviously. And from Costa Rica, El Salvador, Brazil, Colombia, everywhere that I can find, I'll go, and then I'll bring coffee here.
Latinos, we just like to help the people.
That's why we're here. Trust. Mexicano.
Sí, muy bien, muy bien.
Yes, so wait. And madam, please.
Hello, good morning.
Hey.
My name is Marina and I'm representing Las Nostras Pells. It's a Catalan and, also Catalan, Spain, France. There's people from, different countries and places. And we are exploring through performative arts and also textile art and how these can combine and reflect together about the skin. So we are interested in the skin and how this porosity can go through sustainability and on stage, and also upcycling, recycling materials, textile, and how this community can make something together. All communities can make something together. I would say that.
We were just talking about that. Making these things into a community of sorts. I'm 85 years old. Look at this skin. 85. Fabulous skin. I mean, we can all say she has fabulous skin. Do you make these products? Are the product with?
No, so we are a collective that explores in performative arts mostly, and also we facilitate different ateliers or workshops through movement and also recycling. Textile, and
for some reason I'm saying
skin. And so the skin, I would say that the skin was the metaphora to go inside all these worlds, and it was amazing how quickly it was there. The I don't know. La materia, the materia was there really easily, and we were there learning so much one to each other, like from each other and from the material, even our skin, the other skins, and the fabrics. So it was a beautiful relation that we found there, and we're trying to explore, and yeah.
You're doing it. What did Yoda say? Do or do not. There is no try. This symbiosis that's happening when we get a bunch of people, usually women and some gay men, into the mix together. The symbiosis that's happening. You know, one of the things that they put here that we were some of the questions that we lined up for is that it does require a community to be able to do this. In BCN, we've been mounting this now since the pandemic and for 5 years. Now, when you get involved in projects like this, I'm sure you all do other projects, and certainly Mamas in Biz does a host of them. Yeah. So, do you find that there are some people that are in there for the good, because they want to, and then there are others that are trying to take advantage, unfortunately?
I have to be honest. I feel like my vibe attracts the tribe, and we have some amazing women. Everyone is just so kind-hearted. We're a real heart-led community, and the women are just exceptional. Yeah, there's been a couple of things happen over the years, but I think in the main, we're just fabulous, and we're just here all for the same reason. We want to support each other. We want to thrive, and it's not about competition, you know. We're bringing each other together, and most of us are living the same day-to-day life. We're away from our homeland. We don't have this family support and the friends from back home, and we come together. It's like a little village that we're living in now.
The first time Amy invited Fashion Gares onto her monthly Zoom, and she said, just say who you are, what you do, and what you need. And I did. And within 5 minutes of the Zoom meeting finishing, I had about 5 or 6 women, mamas in business, saying, "Oh yeah, well we can do this, we can do that." I mean, so energetic and so proactive. Really appreciative.
Can I ask a personal
I'm not a mum
question?
or in business, but I think you're brilliant.
All women are really. It's so important for me. Yes, the community is for mums in business, but as a mate, we have to include all women, and we have a few gay men within Mamas and Biz community hub as well. But it's so important to support all women.
Do you think the same, like if we created Papas in Biz?
There is chit chat about this. There is. People have said it many times. My partner he's not up for it, but maybe. But I've got a lot on my plate.
Right, but do you think there would be a different energy and dynamic if it was Papas in Biz? Because would ego quickly take over? I wonder.
Maybe, or maybe we're just coming from it at a different standpoint. I think women, we need to be around other women. Right. I created the community because my partner's male. I have 2 boys, and I just craved female energy. I needed that.
Do you have a puppy or a dog, a cat?
No, unfortunately not, no. Okay. But one day, when the kids leave the nest, I will have lots of cats, lots of dogs. Females.
Yes. Actually, you know, talking about saying Papas in Biz, like as, you know, saying the group that I'm in, the Glams, okay, they're all women, which I love also because it is all ladies, and we have this lovely network, and we're all just kind of hyping each other up. But there is a Glam Gents on the side that has come out of it. Because in the beginning it was just all women, all the women coming together, but then little by little some of the partners were a little bit interested. So the 2 people who started, Patricia and Dolores, their husbands would come, and then all of a sudden, like the husbands of other ladies. So then we started to have a table of just the men and all the other women. So there'll be like 60 women, and then like a table of like 9 guys. And then so little by little, they started to feel like the Glam Gents. So now the men come and have their own little thing on the side, and they're separated from us, but they just have their own little boys club now. Nice. But they're there because they're enjoying being with the guys, but they're also there to like support us being with ourselves. And there was actually like a gents category at the awards dinner.
You see how nice.
And so one of the men who has been to all of the events since he started coming got an award for just coming and being a part of it.
It's also a great moment to get away from the kids.
Yeah. Yes, definitely. That's so it's like the men are there to have their boys' little time, and the women were just there having our good time. So they're there.
It's the strengthening of community ties.
Yeah.
Now, I want to make sure we do have. I want our Spaniards and Catalans up in the mix too. That's the idea, right? Because a lot of times
I would love to just announce something super publicly here.
Yes.
Hello. Hola. Mamas and Beers, we are talking about having Mamas and Beers in Espanol because it's really, really important to reach out to local women as well. I think with what I do, obviously we have this mutual understanding because we're away from our homeland, but there's a lot of female entrepreneurs who are from here who maybe don't have the support from their friends and their family, and they need women who get what it's like to be running a business. So we are talking about it now with the support of my friend Laura Moreno. We are going to be having a Mamas and Beers Espanol.
Eso es.
Yeah.
And then Papas and Beers and Gents Glam.
Oh my God, we're taking over the world, people.
Because Les Nostres Pels are going to be performing at approximately 4:45 on the afternoon of the 15th. Can you explain more about the performance? Because I've just seen a really short video clip. And when I was first introduced to you, I didn't really get what it was all about. So,
okay. So the performance that you would see on the 15th of March in the event, it will not be the same as the big performance that we have because for space, so we adapt. Yeah. But yes, for sure, there will be the big fabric skin that we made with all women in Back to Eco. That is where this project starts bringing shape, like it starts to build up. With the support of Ajuntament de Barcelona, amb un laboratori que is called Obrim el Cercle, Laboratori Ciutadà Obrim el Cercle. And so we confeccionar, we did this big fabric skin from individual skin to collective skin, and from there, we will do a little performance between movement. With this big fabric will be there with us.
Is this like a quilt?
I think so. Yeah. What is a quilt?
Like an edredon.
Yes, exactly. So what we did is like kind of, yeah. So we sew our own skin fabric from recycled materials, and then we put it together all of that, and then we had 8 meters, like 8x8, really huge. And then I was like, okay, let's do something with this because it was amazing. And it was, and then, the first thing it was do a solo because I come from dance and I'm a dancer and choreographer. But then I was like, no, it can't be a solo because it was already something bigger. Like it was collective, it was community, it was collective, it was all together. So we said, okay, let's do this together, and the performance you will see will be people playing with this skin, and then will be some projections because I work with hybrid arts.
This is so we're talking performance art pieces that are coming in there. This is going to be kicking on the 15th of March at 3:45, according to 4, correct? Approximately.
After 3:30, before 4:15.
because we have 2 of the top compares in the city. Comparing the show for us. There's some bloke called Lucas, something.
Some guy named Lucas, some other guy who might have won an award.
Yode, who is
Velvet Room.
You're the proprietor of the Velvet Room.
Okay.
So you guys are going to be introducing people like Marina and Nosnotch.
Okay.
Look at this face.
I want to say thank you so much for the invitation and for the
for the
welcoming.
Thank you everybody for being here.
All of you.
We have a little bit more to get to. We're gonna do one roustabout moment with God, with his version of fashion. That's David Bowie, by the way. And then we'll be back in about 2.5 minutes from that for the final shout outs and anything else we need to mention from our sisters here, from other misters. This is God with fashion, and we'll be right back in 2.5 minutes.
I need to give a shout out to some of the beauty people.
David Bowie, yeah. Fashion. Okay, so we've had 2 fashion songs. We had Gaga and we had God. All right. So, Lady Laura, as we wind up this time, who are some of the shout-outs that we need to be doing before we jump into the 15th of March?
Yeah. We have 2 parts of the beautiful Palau. The gallery where all of the clothes and the designers are, but then we also have the use of the theatre. Mm-hmm. And we've never really used it as well as we should in the past.
Right. This year we've changed it into a wellness room, our wellness area.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Because it's a quiet space, the lights are low, so it sort of lends itself to wellness. Right. So we've got Gypsy Julie, the tarot reader, who's coming back again this year. She was really popular last year. We've got a lovely woman called Vicky Collier who makes, beautiful beauty products. She even has fields up in the Penedès where she grows the lavender. It's amazing. It's lovely stuff.
Her products are really
good, isn't it? Yeah. And then we have Chris Lalimana, who's going to be helping Fliss get the models primped up. But she's a holistic hairdresser.
Oh yes.
So she works on the basis that
perfect for you, darling.
Yeah. And her belief in hair care, again, it comes from inside, so you have to be feeling good with yourself, you have to be healthy, and that's how she works with her clients. We've got a masseuse, we've got lovely...
So the Reiki lady's coming now?
Yeah, Gwen the Reiki lady is coming. She comes to our age with us every year.
And that is her name, Gwen the Reiki lady.
Gwen the Reiki lady, yes. Yeah.
You can look that
up. A masseuse, and oh God, I hope I'm not forgetting
it's a proper
anybody.
Wellness area. You can get everything there,
Yeah.
right?
Again,
Your body touched, your face done, your massaging, your taroting.
all that negative chi out of there in the name of Jesus Christ of Nazareth, the Jew.
Yeah.
And then go out and shop till you drop for a good cause. Because I want to remind everybody, all of the proceeds go to ARRED, Fundación ARRED, and Adas here, supporting and helping our sisters from other ministers who are escaping many times dire situations as well. Yeah. We're going to have the beautiful performance as well of our sisters Del País and their beautiful quilt around 3:30, 4 o'clock. And we're going to have runways. Are we going to have raffles as well?
Working on it.
We're working on something like that, but we're going to have so many other things as well.
If anyone's got any raffle prizes that they would donate, like really hugely expensively viewable raffle prizes.
Raffle prizes. We definitely need raffle prizes.
And entertainment going all the way through the afternoon. We've got 2 amazing DJs that Fliss will talk about.
Yeah, we do have 2 DJs. We have DJ Stingray, who was there last year. Mm-hmm. And then we also have a new one, DJ Rosa.
La Vida Rosa.
Yeah, Lady Rosa. She's a new one. She actually just volunteered to DJ, and I was like,
wow.
Why not? I was like,
we're going to be closing now. We have to get going, but we're going to be closing with a child named Lady M's.
Oh, yeah, Lady M's.
And she
really
does, again, a variety of different sounds and beats, but the one that we're going to be throwing you might be a little bit rougher than typical, but it's some drum and bass, and she's doing this with Fernie, who unfortunately could not make it. We just found out this morning he will not be doing it, but we will have it all rectified because Lady M is going to be also performing one of the other things. Is there anybody else or anything else we need to say before we round out?
Thank you to all of the people that came to the show today.
Yeah. We're going to have delicious coffee over there to get your shop on because it is necessary and it's delicious. I'm going to shake it.
And I want Amy to hold up the book.
Colombian. And this Connections book right here, if we can find this really quickly, this also is going out in honor of Lady Judy, who could never be stopped, and Sir Rowry, thank you for writing that as well. Yeah. All of these proceeds go to help others as well. And folks, this is what we're all about here. And so we want to thank you everybody for joining us at the Club with Lucas. Again, that's the 15th of March from 12 to 8 at Palau Dalmases and Carrer Bansveis, number 13. And folks,
they are wonderful people to work with. They're so kind.
Thank you, Palau Dalmases, as well. And shout out to everybody. Remember, take care of yourself. Be good to yourself, because if you're not, how are you going to take care of other people? And we will see you on the flip side. Bye, everybody. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Lucas. Thank you.
Everybody has to follow Lady M.